Well, it's another gloomy Agawam wet day, but you know, it's spring. It's what it's going to be. May 13th. Hey, this is Hubby with Just About Anything Garage, and we're going to do some project work here. After we got stalled on the cleanup work, that if you're following the behind the scenes, you do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to get Ghost here. We got her on the 4-post lift, and we're going to change out the cylinder, this thing, the power steering cylinder, because that other one's leaking. And the way that the power steering pump worked out on this was it's underneath the alternator, and I have to take the alternator off actually to fill it. So with it actively leaking, I have to fill it a lot. So we're going to go ahead and we'll fix that. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and we had purchased these for 86 bucks on eBay. They're electric conversion kits for her headlights, and we're going to convert her to electric because she developed a vacuum leak within the system for that, and the system parts to get it to fix the leak, to make sure nothing's ever going to leak, or you know, $300-400 to do it. For $86, I'll go to electric, no problem. They're easy to install, they're simple. So we're going to go ahead and bring that to you in the project form, and get those up on it for that. In the meantime, we were doing some cleaning up of the shop. We're still doing that. What we're trying to do with that, I'll just give you a little review here, is we got a little platform built and leveled. It's raining now. I don't want to work in the rain, but we're going to erect a 10 by 14 Home Depot storage unit, 8 feet tall, to put the tools that we're not using and some of the parts for the vehicles in there, get them up out of the way, make it so we can move in the shop again, because, you know, as usual, I'll show you, walk around, there's crap everywhere, and leaves that I have to blow out. And Ripley, which is going to get moved over to the lift once we're done there, so that we can put her up and store her before we get to her. But we're crowded. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into this. We're going to get her up in the air, and we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and put this up. I love this lift. The 4-post is nice. I originally got a 2-post, and I do love the 2-post. I use the 2-post a lot for a lot of things, and I will continue to use it. But the 4-post has its place. We've got my garage guys going to come over and put a high track on that like we did on the second one. That's all been ordered so that we can lift it right up and not worry about hitting it. This can go up high enough that we can walk underneath it. Excuse me. We're lifting it without hitting anything. But we'll go ahead and we'll swap that power steering assist out, and then we'll go ahead and we'll do the lights, swap those out, and get headlights back. And then what we'll probably do after that is work on some little annoying stuff, you know, stuff that doesn't perfect performance, because remember, she's our test platform. We're going to go ahead and use her to test different things. Okay, that's probably good. Let's put her down on the locks. There we go. We use her to test bed stuff that we're going to want to do for other projects for that. So we're going to go ahead and do that with her. But we're going to take care of some of the little annoying stuff, so to make it a little bit more comfortable to thrash on her a little bit in there. So we're going to swap this out, because it's actively leaking out of this front seal. You can see it's all wet here, so I have to keep filling it up, which is a pain in the butt. So we're going to fix that so we don't have to do that. I think we fixed our droopy, let me turn the light on, our drippy issue with the the valve covers leaking. We went and we tightened those up. They had loosened up, and we tighten the headers up, because you got to do that on occasion, the header bolts, to make sure that we're good there. But anyways, this is the start. Let me go ahead and get set up, and we'll be right back, and we'll get this baby swapped out, and then we'll go up under here with the tool tray in the way, which I may or may not be able to use because the tire might be in the way, and we'll put it down a little bit when we go to do that part. But get up in here and swap out those actuators and pull out the vacuum system because we won't need it for that. The only thing we'll have it for is the power brakes, which would be great. All right, so hang on and we'll be right back. We'll get you set up and get all the tools. All right, so we got it set up here. Can't see it, but I'll move you and show you. You can put red tape on the bottom hose that feeds the bottom part of the cylinder when it's positioned like this with the hoses pointing towards the control valve. But the reason for that is we want to make sure that we don't screw it up, because if you do that, it'll oscillate. And that's not a good news. We're going to go ahead and we're going to clean this off so we get access to it, make a mess. Okay, take a pair of pliers or a pair of screwdriver or something. We'll clean that bottom 1 second here and get the retaining cotter pin out of this. Out. There we go, got that out. All right, let's go ahead and find the correct size socket for that. Let me go grab them real quick. See if the medium duty will work here. The thing I like about the 4-post lift is there's plenty of tool space. Let's see, you're looking like a, what, 3/4 or something? Bigger than that. 11/16. Just keep going up till we find it. Bigger than that. 1/4. There we go. That one fits. Okay. See if the medium duty will do it. And I put my lights right in the way. Of course it did. Oh boy. Not on that. I need a swivel for that. Hang on. See if we can find a swivel joint here. And get it to go on there. There we go, broke it free. Pop that off of there. Let's move the light around a little bit. Come down here. Do this one. Same thing. Let's clean it up a little bit. Turn you around so you can see it. Yeah, you can kind of see up there, can't you? Clean this up here. Okay, we got that cleaned off. Grab my pliers, which I, of course, put back there. Got this nice tool tray we can use too, and I think it might actually slide. As the tires are out of the way. The last time we went to use it, the tires were in the way. All right, let's get a look at this. Yeah, that one's fairly yuck. thing to move you guys around a little bit. See if we can't. This should turn. Yep. Probably gonna block your view. There we go. Let's see if we can get it. Come on. Be the pain. No, won't be putting a new one in that one. Get out of there. That is not being cooperative at all. Came out a little bit. Not really. Come on. Not being cooperative. Probably blocking your view with my shoulder, aren't I? Okay, that one wants to be busted off, obviously, and then pulled out of there. See if that'll do it. Nope. Being uncooperative. Come on. Part of the problem is that the headers are in the way to pull it straight out, so we got to kind of pull it out at an angle. And it's not being cooperative at all. Got it. And yes, we will need a new one. All right, see if that's the same nut size. And if we can get in there. That one seems smaller. That one's smaller. And we might be able to go straight in. Let's take that one up here. Yeah, that's you. Still got some crap on it. Don't think I'm gonna need the whirligigger. Let's see what we can do here. Get the right angle. That's turning around. It's smaller than that? I can't believe it's metric. I don't believe that for 1 second. Yeah, it's smaller than that. Okay. It must be 9/16 then. Yeah. 9/16. We'll get there. World's round, right? You even seeing this? Yeah, you are. Good. Yeah, I was going to turn the shaft. Guess we're going to hope to hold the shaft, huh? That's probably why that flat's right there, huh? Put a big old adjustable on it. Hang on, we'll grab that. The discussion before of how organized I am, right? Come on. Get up there. There we go. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. Right off. Okay. Now, as I kick you, let's move you like this. And see if we can't take a hammer and pop that out. And then pull the arm out. Oh, you know what we should do probably is release those hoses, huh? That might be helpful. Let me go grab my fittings set. Wherever it is. Bring it in the tool hunt. Closer than I thought. Okay, let's try it. What are we looking at here? A little bit bigger. There we go. There we go. That one's up. This is gonna drip everywhere. Watch. Yep. Make a mess. Right on the floor. How about we point it up in the air? Maybe we can stop it from doing that a little bit. Put it up by the steering rod. There we go. You know, it's still dripping. It's just wherever you want the mess to be, I guess. That's a bigger one, I'll bet you. Oh, man. All right, you're gonna do that. Let's do it in one spot. Let me grab something to catch it. Messy, messy job. There we go. Gonna drain it, might as well drain it there. Pull you over a little bit. Okay, that one's gonna turn on me. Have to hold that. Probably gonna empty that reservoir, huh? How much you wanna bet? There we go. How much you want to bet that drains that reservoir? Sitting up there. That's okay, we got to refill it anyway, so. Out with the old, in with the new, I guess. get them both draining. What do you think? There we go. All right, now let's see. Pop that out of there. Tap it to loosen it. Okay, put the nut on it. So we can hit it a little harder, not mushroom the end. All right, it wants a pickle fork, does it? Really? Close to that pan? Grab a pickle fork. Okay. Well, why don't you guys hang tight for a minute and I'll go locate the pickle fork. Stick my face in the camera. Alright, so it's been like 12 seconds. So I walked over where I thought it was, and God, I could have done that in the first place, huh? Let's turn this sideways a little bit and steep it away from the pan. See if we can't get this to pop off. Really? There we go. That got it. Okay. I certainly hope this comes with new hardware. I didn't think to check. Off. Really? You're gonna make me use the tilt-a-mama, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Let's be a pain. Why not? You know, Murphy. I love these Bauer tools out of Harbor Freight, but they're anvils. They make them a little weirder. Sometimes it's hard to get your stuff on it. Okay. Come on off of there. You're gonna just sit and spin that, aren't you? And you're gonna be royally a pain in my butt. Didn't have it on there, flipped it off all over the place. Okay, come on. Don't give me a hard time. Not spinning the stupid rod on it. It's coming close to zip cut. Take my friggin' death wheel and just cut that sucker off. I don't even want to play with it. See if we can start a fire. Where's my... Make sure we don't burn the lens off here. Almost there. Let's make sure that stays up in there enough. There we go. No messing around. Oh, look at, yeah, right out that seal. Oh, right out, oh, what a mess. Oh, oil everywhere. Come on. There we go. Gonna be copious, generous use of brake cleanup there. Did I get you guys? Nope, good. What a mess. Well, let's get the other one in first, then we'll clean up. How's that sound? Let's grab that. Here we go. All new hardware. Thank you. That's nice to know. Let's get it open. Okay, cool. Cotter pins and all. Put this over here. Stop. Be carefully inspected. Right, I'm glad it has. Unscrew it. I know you can't see me because I got it down below your view, but I'm just taking the hardware off here of the cushion end. The end that goes into the frame mount. Alright, and so let's mount the hardware up in here. Fresh rubber. Like that. We're going to take and turn that in the direction. Oh, let's pull that cotter pin. And let's drop everything off because we can. That one over here. On with its nut. That way, press it right on when we're ready. Okay, there we go. Go in here like this. Put the nut on it. Pull this out. Let's pull these off so it doesn't draw a vacuum over the covers. Because, you know, that's just going to make it harder. Take the covers off. Ooh. Come on, get off of there. Come on. Get out. Let's go. Okay, there we go. Now, pull this out. Out. Line it up. Get it in there. Like that. With the big fat one on. See me? We're gonna have to get a wrench for this once we get it tightened down because we gotta line it up with the caster hole. Right? Get our tool set up here. Come on. Get on there. These anvils on this are, like I was saying, don't always slide on easy. Get on there. Get on there. Alright, we're going to grab a wrench. Finish tightening it down. What do we need? 3/4? 3/4. And let's do a wrench for the other side. We're going to need a 1/2. No, 9/16. 9/16 and 3/4. Right back. Do, 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 do. 9/16. All right. Take this over here for a minute because I need some light on this side. Hopefully you guys can see somewhat here. Find that hole and line it up right there. Okay, looks like we're pretty good. I need to push the battery button on this so you guys will charge. There we go. Because we'd be wearing the battery down. Why are you not showing me a charge here? Okay, something ain't right. Hang on a second. Make sure we got you guys. Uh-oh. Yeah, I may have to charge you or swap a battery. Why are you not charging that? You're full, right? I've got the battery handle on this. For some reason, it's not charging you. Okay, there we go. Working now. Show me yellow on the front and green on the back. All right, may have to stop and put a battery in because you're not charging for some reason. Okay, I'm gonna back this way just a minuscule amount to line the hole up for that. Well, or we're gonna go that way. Let's see. It's like I can do that. A little bit more. Okay, that looks like we're lining up. There we go. Got her pin in. Go ahead and bend it over. That. There we go. We got it. I'm going to go to the other side with the 9/16. Bring the light over here. And squinch this down. We got to do this manual here because for some reason I have misplaced somewhere. What is going on? You are 9/16, right? No. Are you metric? Oh my goodness, that might be metric. Because my 9/16 won't fit on that appropriately. All right, let's find the equivalent metric size. Like 14, 15, 13 to 15, probably. Yeah, one bigger. Need the 15. Of course, I grabbed the 13. Wow, what else would I grab? No, it's not 15. Yeah, it's tightening it. Smudging the rubber, you can see it. Okay, that's in there pretty good. I think these are lined up with a hole. Let's find out. Maybe one more. To line it up. Use the opened end so I can see where we are right there. come on. Are we not there yet? I can't tell. Not yet, apparently. Or are we over? We might have over tightened that a little bit. Let's find out. Where's the hole? There? Really? Gotta find it. Okay. You guys' battery's about to die. Let me swap your battery out, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Had to let you charge for a minute. We got both of these on. Everything's secured with the cotter pins in. Same with here. We greased all the joints. So anything that we need to do for this one is when we put it down, is to put more fluid in the power steering pump. To do that, we'll have to remove the alternator to make that work, but that's where we are with that one. All right, so let's do a quick pickup, and I think we're going to position this a little bit lower, and we'll go to work on these puppies. See what we need to do here. All right, so let me get set up, and we'll be right back with that. Hang tight. All right, so here are the actuators, and they bolt on the back where the vacuum ones go. I'm going to show you how they operate here. It's a pretty simple setup. These will fit right in, and I guess my understanding is there's no instructions with this, so you can mount these in any way that you want. That's going to go ahead and work, but it's going to mount on a back plate. It connects to them here, and it actuates to open and shut them for that. So what it consists of is the two actuators. It's got this nice cable that's put on weather pack sockets with the relay to control it, and it's a pretty simple wiring. You hook up power, you hook up ground, and then there's a blue activation wire here that when it sees 12 volts, it causes them to go ahead and extend, and then when 12 volts goes away, it causes them to retract. So basically, it uses a double pull, double throw relay, the normally open contacts and the normally closed contacts. So when you close the contacts, runs voltage through it, it causes it to run, hits a limit switch that's built into the bottom of it, turns it off, and then when you release the power, and it goes, and the relay de-energizes and goes back to the normally closed contacts, power's routed in the reverse direction for the motor reverses, hits a limit switch and turns it off, and it just keeps doing that. All right, so let's just take my battery coupler here, and we'll go ahead and set this up, and we'll put power on the power side here. We'll leave a little bit exposed so that we can make a contact to activate it. Stick the ground side in, close that off, turn this on. It was on, but it wasn't connected to anything. Okay, and now we'll go ahead and we'll tap this blue wire onto the red one. Relay lights up to tell you it's activated. Release it, it reverses. Do it again. So, pretty simple, pretty interesting way that it's set up. And all we got to do is bolt them in, hook them up, and we'll do that. And it shouldn't be that bad of a hookup. Let's go over and take a look at that real quick. Take you off the stand here. Bring you up a bit. We got her up in the air, and we're probably going to have to put her down when we do the actual installation. But to get the bolts off, we'll want her up in the air a little bit. We're going to go up through the bottom here like I was showing you earlier. And right up here is where the connection is. We've got 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should be able to get a ratchet on those and zig them right off. And then we got to disconnect. There is a cotter pin here. Pull the cotter pin, take off these, and push that through, and we can then pull that out. Same here on this side. Pull the cotter pin. That's over here. Take off the take off the springs, push that out, the 4 bolts that are right there, and pull it out. While we're in here, we'll of course take out this vacuum canister. We don't need to have it in there anymore, so we'll pull that out. And then when we open the hood, and we might take the hood off to make it easier, where are they in retrospect? Up in here, can't see them very well, are the vacuum relays. We'll pull all the vacuum system out and make it a nice clean installation, and then we'll go ahead and we'll test them. All right, so let me get you guys set up, and we'll go ahead and we'll do that, and we'll get this installed. So hang tight, we'll be right back. All right, so we're into do the work and then show you mode, because there's no room to fit the camera and me up here. We hit them with blaster, and then we just put our tool up there, and we used a breaker bar on an extension to get them broke free, and then I used my Makita to spin them off. I pulled the cotter pin, pulled the pin out here, so they're all out. Pulled the springs, you can see them hanging there, off. Same on the other side here. Did the exact same thing. We should be able to, I think now, pull those out after I go into the top and pull off the vacuum connections, and pull the actuators out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and put her down and flip the hood up and see if we can fit in there. If not, we'll take the hood off. Okay, so hang tight, and we will be back with that exciting part here in just a minute or two. Okay, so they loosened the camber off like I showed you. They pulled right out. We've got the vacuum actuated ones out. I pulled some of the vacuum lines that we don't necessarily need off of that, but we ran into an issue in that the electrics don't fit with the evaporator in here. So if you've got a 1977 vat with AC, the electrics aren't going to fit because the evaporator's in the way. So that's number one. Now in my case, it's not an issue because I'm going to take the evaporator out because I don't have the AC hooked up. See, there's no AC compressor. Remember, it's a test bed for us, so we're going to go for power and performance. If we decide we want comfort and we're going to put AC back in it, we're going to get one of the more modern ones. They make one specifically that's smaller, more compact, for the 77, and what we'll do is we'll upgrade to that and shrink the whole area if we decide that we're going to do that. But for right now, we're just going to pull the evaporator out, and we'll go ahead and we'll get those in. There'll be plenty of room then for them to fit. It's just the evaporator's in the way. It doesn't give it enough clearance in order for the units to fit in there. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we'll be back after we pull that evaporator out. So sit tight. All right, let's look up there. They're installed. Springs are on, the bolts are all mounted. The shafts are in. Now we may have to do some adjustments. We've got to try them in this format to see if they go up, see if they hit anything. So that's the driver's side one. Here's the passenger side one. Same thing. So we're going to let this down now, and I'm going to set up to actuate it external before hooking it up, and we'll see if we got any issues with it. And I'll show you the top where we took the radiator out too. So let's go ahead, and I need 2 hands, so let me get it down and get it set up, and we'll be back with the testing it to see if it works. Okay, so we're right into issues. The issue is, and I should have seen this coming, I've got this Heim joint off and this rod off here because I wanted to see it rotate. I tried it initially and it just immediately blew a fuse. And the reason is, if you look down at the bottom of this bracket, how this is mounted, see if I can get you in there, you'll see that the bracket's notched. That's because it rotates in one direction. It goes halfway to one, and then when you engage the solenoid, and then when you release it, it continues to the next and brings it back up. So that's open and that's closed. That's open and that's closed. It doesn't go like open, close, open, close. It goes in a circle. So what we're going to have to do here, if we want to use these, is I've got to pull these off again. We're going to have to notch where this stuff mounts. Fortunately, it's plastic. It's not metal. It's fiberglass. Where the brackets are, so that we can cut it out and give it space to rotate in it. And once we do that on both sides, it should work just fine. So let me go pull these all off again. Yay. Pain in the butt. The biggest pain in the butt is because 2 of these bolts are bolts, the other 2 are studs. And so we'll just get that done. And we'll be back when we've got it clearanced. All right? Hang on. Okay, so it's kind of amazing when you actually pay attention to what you're doing and you clearance things like they're supposed to, because then things begin to work like this. So we'll clearance that other side, get the whole thing hooked up, and go from there. All right, carry on. I'll show you when we got it completed here. All right, everything's adjusted. We still got to hook it up permanently, but they both go up, they both go down, and they're both aligned. There's up, down, up, down. They both align and do very, very well. Okay, so let me show you what we had to do here. When we were doing this, got in here, you can see if you could look under. Let me get my hand out of the way and if I can get you down in there. Down below where the bar is, underneath we had to notch the bracket. And it isn't plastic, it is metal. Same for the other side. Just got in there with my reciprocating saw. I took the arm off so I could get in there. Right. Down below where the bar is, down here. It got clearanced. So everything works. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run the power. I'm going to find some place to mount the relay. I've got, if you remember, if you've seen the other things, when we put the heat shield on the starter, we had to clean that up because it was too close to where, because we were junctioning down on that stud. So we moved the junction up here. We got a stud up here we'll use for main power to go on, and then we'll go someplace on the engine, maybe where we've got the choke ground, which is over here somewhere, connected. And then we need to run the blue line. And the blue line, what I'm going to try and do is, let me show you from inside the car. They do on the Corvette is the light switch here, well, it's power down on, it comes down, it comes underneath, and underneath here, down a little bit lower, you can't see it under there, just maybe you can if I turn it up right, but down underneath there is a switch, that's the high beam switch. There's a little bar that goes down and activates it, and there's a light blue wire, runs from here down to there, and then it feeds it out to the lights, to low beam, and then when you hit the high beam switch, which is right here on your blinker switch, it kicks in the high beam. So we're going to try and route it there. If not, we'll pick up a low beam light activation on front on one of the bulbs if we can't get it there. But that's next, as I jerk you guys around. So let me go and see which way is best for that, and we'll show you full functioning from the inside. So stay tuned. All right, it's all hooked up. I'm gonna put some tie wraps on this just to clean it up a little bit though. But the activation wire comes into here, comes into the forward bracket, and just went in. I'm going to show you upside down. You can see it down there, spliced into the regular voltage line. So when it senses the lights coming on, it lifts it. I'll show you. We'll go over here into the car. Go ahead and pull the lights on. There they are. If I do high beams, they stay on. The high beams go on. Push it in, they go down. So now we got nice, smooth reaction. We just pulled the alternator off and we filled up the power steering pump. So that's all set. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to end this one here for the little cleanup we did. There's a little bit of cleanup on that. We got a couple other things we're going to do. We'll do that on the next version to get the thing ready for the next major changeover, which will put EFI on this. We got a full EFI system from Aces. We got the, what is it called? The Aces Fusion, where they put the controller on the throttle body with it. So that's what's sitting over here. We got an in-tank gas electric pump for it. So we're gonna have to explore, make sure that we have enough space to do that under there. There's enough clearance for that to sit in there. If not, we'll switch off to an inline and we'll save the in-tank for a different one. Not a big deal on that. I like their command system. It's where your regular pump pumps gas up into the command system. The command system jacks it up to the pressure, but there's no real place to mount it in here. This is pretty crowded underneath that. But we'll probably use that in some cases on other ones. But as far as Ghost goes, we've got the lights cleaned up. We got the power steering nuisance taken care of. Other little nuisances we'll do is we need to clean up this door. The window is really sluggish, nothing like to go up and down, so we're going to go in there and clean that up. The same with the controls are all a little bit sticky on that. And the other thing we'll do is we got new horn parts for it. If you'll notice, you've been watching, got a horn button sitting underneath right there that we use for the horn, because when I went to register this and get it inspected, everything was working fine, but then I started turning the wheel and the horn was beeping when I was turning the wheel, and that's because the internal parts sometimes wear and then short onto the block and just cause the horn to beep when you turn it. But I got all new internal parts. We'll go in and we'll do that and see if we can't get that working the way that it should be. And then we'll go ahead and we'll do that EFI swap out for the next one. But again, anyways, we appreciate that, guys. If you do all that jazz for me, like, subscribe, share, give me a nice comment or two. Let me know what you think. My impression on the light kit is it's worth doing. It's worth doing. Nothing's ever easy on a vet, so you got to mind your P's and Q's. The only thing we really ran into is that we had the clearance to put the holes for where the rods go, because they don't go forward and backwards. They go in a complete circle. Once to push it up, once to pull it back. Once to push it up, once to pull it back. Anyways, that's where we are. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you real soon.